That was the sound of the jar of names, which will pick out a name, and I just realised I just moved my pop shield. Got to put it down in place. There we go. So this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Spudley Dudley. Right then, let's get on with the podcast. So this is a Cup of Tea podcast. This is the cup of tea. Hot. And this is the podcast. Right then, so if you want to head down to this week's skip list on my comments, you can go to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's question, and this week's goals. But we'll start off with the update. Right then, so I'm looking at the wrong list. Yes, so let me first apologise for my leave of absence. I've not been here for a while. This was supposed to be out a few days ago on Monday, but sadly it is not Monday anymore. It is now Friday. The reason for this is because I've had, you may remember me saying ages ago about my whole, all these essays that had to get done. I'm putting my shoes on, by the way, so I have to go out soon to go to college again. But I said all these essays had to get done by a certain date, and I said it might interfere with the videos, which it did, put me behind schedule. That was after the first batch was in, like the first 5, and now recently I've had the last 5 deadlines coming up, and these were the nasty ones. It was like a 25-page document which we split into 3 different people, so a third of 25, which I can't work out right now because I'm busy doing my shoelaces. But yeah, I had to do that. That was about probably 5,000 words I had to do for that one. Plus I had another blockbuster essay to do as well, which was, again, another 5,000 essays because I write too much, and it was a case study, so I thought it would be longer. So that's where I've been. I've been doing those. Those had to be in by Tuesday, which is why this was late, because I was focusing on doing that. And then since then, I've just obviously been, my schedule, sort of, I don't do any work on the Wednesdays because I just go straight to sleep when I get back from college. Then I wake up later on Thursdays and that, which I did, but I sort of recuperated on that day, unfortunately. I will admit that. I've been watching some TV shows because I like doing that. Oh, speaking of which, there's one that we're going to talk about in this week's this week's question later. It's a good thing I've been watching. We'll discuss that then, though. So what else do we talk about? Yes, so the workload now, what I've got left is out of the entire college year I've got 4 essays or 4 parts to do. One of those is going to be an evaluation, which is part of this other lot, but that's basically, we haven't got a deadline for that yet. It was supposed to be in for Tuesday, but we haven't got feedback from someone yet, so we can't even write it. So basically, when we get feedback, I'll get a week to do that. So that might mess up the schedule coming up soon, perhaps next week. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know anything about it yet because we don't know. We just don't know. And then the other thing about workload-wise is I've got my final major project, which is going to be a big thing I'm doing, but that's just started. I'm going to be on the ball on this one. So that's hopefully shouldn't take up too much time because we're going to try and get that done as soon as we can, which is going to be a filming of it and some paperwork and stuff. And then the other thing is a radio package, which is just radio to do with it. It's not that interesting, but there'll be an essay with it as well, but that's not until later. So hopefully back on track now. Work shouldn't affect me anymore because, like I said, only got 4 things left, and those maybe once or twice it might affect me when I have to finish off a few essay parts towards the end, but that'll be about it. Anyway, moving on, because I've got 10 minutes left to finish this episode. So the workaround for this week to get back on track is I'm just going to upload all of the Dark Chronicle videos first, all of them up just as soon as I can, because they're all edited. Dishonored's not. I need to edit the last 2 of those, so I'm just going to basically upload all Dark Chronicle and then the 3 Dishonored videos, and then I'm going to go straight on to the pointing episode, and then we'll do hopefully the next podcast on Monday if that is the case. But yeah, just to quickly get it out, because obviously the Dishonored, I've got a load of them rendered already as well, so I can literally just put them on the end of this upload and they'll just keep going up. Anyway, let's move on now then to the topic. So let's talk about the names of this week's videos. So like I said, first up is going to be all the Dark Chronicle videos, so that's what's going to happen. So today we have the podcast, that's what you're listening to right now. Hello, welcome, how are you doing? Then after this we'll have a Dark Chronicle video called Chapter 2. You could probably guess what chapter we get into and what one we finish. It's kind of obvious. But then after that, we'll have a pointing episode of Dark Chronicle called Inventory Management. This was going to be a normal episode, but turns out all I did was inventory management, so it's going to be a pointing episode just because it's a little bit pointless. But because of that, we've got an extra episode of that this week as well. So we've also got another one after that called That's Grape. Yeah, there's a certain type of character that likes grape within the franchise or the game, shall we say. And yes, that might give it away if you know what the game's about. Then after that, we've got Dark Chronicle called Deforestation. It's linked to the item you use to get to the next levels on the new dungeon. And then after that, we've got the last Dark Chronicle of the week, sort of. It's called Moles, which if you've watched my Dark Cloud Let's Play, you understand why that is in capital letters. And then we'll have, after all those are uploaded, we'll have the Dishonored videos. One is called Head of the Demon, which is obviously a reference to Batman, particularly a character who is the daughter of the Head of the Demon, or I think she did become the Head of the Demon at one point, I'm not too sure, but yeah, one of the characters is also named after that person, so that's why it's called that. And then we'll also have another one called Masked Vigilantes, which is quite funny because I've just mentioned a Batman reference and I'm also got a mask in the game and I'm like a hero. Maybe I'm not the only one I've just found. Maybe I find another one with a mask. And then after that we'll have this on a video called Good Night Timpsh, which means we'll probably come to the end of a chapter of the Dishonored. And then we'll have one more at the weekend, which will be called Pointing New Palm Brinks Hunt, which is where I go around Palm Brinks again, getting all the pictures, and then there'll be loads more after that as well. Then. Right, so last week's hint was basically a Easter. It was Easter at the weekend. We did that. Got it out on time, which is good. Well, day late, but it's fine. It's like Easter Monday, so it's cool. Alright, so this week's hint is going to be referencing to something I'm watching, which is going to be discussed later on in this week's comment. So I guess this week's comment. No, sorry, questions. This week's question. So this one is going to be in a different language, and the hint is Photocassia. That is the hint for this week. If you don't know what language it is, then I guess you'll never know. Anyway, let's now go on to the community section. I'll go on to Mention Monday. So these are the people that commented on last week's videos. If you want to get in the Mention Monday, there's comment on the videos since the last podcast. Well, this podcast and forward up until the next one, and that's when we'll do that. Also, if you want to get the jar of names, you have to comment twice on Cup of Adventure, just in case you're wondering. Right, so we thank Evan Ryan, Brorend Termier, Horia, Nick Pro, Il Lupo, Dragonord55511, Max Ravage, Human Club, and B-Man Ben. So thank you very much for commenting last week, and I look forward to more comments in the coming week to come. Okay, so now is Q&A. So we've got 4 questions. We have the first one from Bernard Termier. I was wondering, do you also play other games besides the games you play on your channel? If so, which ones? At the moment I'm playing Skyrim still. I need to finish that. I'm literally just doing quests now. Everything else is done. Just the quests. I just haven't had enough time to play it because I had to do all those essays last week, so I haven't had time to play it. But once I'm sort of back on schedule with this, which will probably hopefully be on Monday, I'll be able to start playing a little bit again, and that's when I'll hopefully get forward. But that'll be good. Right then, so next question. Apart from that, Assassin's Creed, I'm going to play the Assassin's Creed games after this, and then after that, probably Ni no Kuni, and then after that, whatever else was on my list. It's a lot of stuff. Horia says, name that movie. Attempts to censor media cause all hell to break loose. Answer written upside down and backwards. Yes, it's very hard to read this backwards, but I think I worked out what it is. I didn't know what the film was. I have seen it as well, which is why I'm ashamed of myself. But the film is South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut. Yes, which makes sense now. Think about it, but obviously I did not get it because I'm sad. And then we've got 2 questions from DragonLord55511 who says, here is a quote. I hope you can get that it is related to this, which is a video we were watching now on. It says, name that movie. First person, do you know what kind of bomb it was? Second person, the exploding kind. I have no idea what film that is from, I'm afraid. I apologise. And continuing on with DragonLord55511, we have another question. He says, hello sir, JD262, I have a question and a riddle for you. Question, what is your opinion about Pokemon Go as opposed to other Pokemon games? Right, my opinion on Pokemon Go is it's a very good system. When it first came out, it was very good with the hype and stuff. In terms of a longevity game now, I feel like it needs to have the hacked version where you can move around by yourself, because I feel like without that, it's not a game really. It's more just like a pastimey thing that happens outside. So in terms of calling it a game, that's probably different. I don't see it as a game in that sense. So that's why the hacked version I feel is better, because you can actually choose to move around, which doesn't overpower your game because you still have to bother to play the game and walk around and find these animals or Pokemon. But yeah, as opposed to other games, yeah, that's probably why the other games are better, because you can just get Pokemon all the time. You don't have to be moving around. Anyway, the riddle is, I can grow on trees and your home. Once I am grown, I fall to my doom. What am I? I'm going to guess from that initial part, I'm going to say like a bird, because it can grow on a tree and like a nest and a house as well. But it says here with a hint, it is the element when water freezes and forms this on the sides of roofs and can even kill you by stabbing the back of your neck. It is often the shape of a pointy dagger. Is it icicles? I still feel like it could have worked with birds and without the hint, I think, as well. That would have been good. Anyway, let's now get on to the next part, which I think is subscribers. It is the subscribers. Right, so last week we were at 1,311. This week we've gone up 6 names to 1,317, and we welcome 3 new people to the fold. We welcome Casey Redman, Lucas Grick, and Abadenego Adi Nugroho. So welcome all to the community. If you like Pokemon Go, let me know as well, because I still like it. Okay, so now we're going to go on to question. Last week's question was, what do you do at Easter time? Bernard Tamir says, the tradition in my country is that we eat a Sunday brunch with lots of food, mostly eggs and something called Eastern bread with raisins and spudges. I don't know what that is. I probably pronounced that completely wrong as well, because I don't understand how these things are said. Is it naan bread? We have something like that. It's called Peshwari naan bread, which is where it has raisins in, but it might not be. It is from the East, so maybe not, but I don't know. And then Horia says, I don't know, no plans really for Easter. Probably going to buy some frozen lobsters out of a supermarket with my friend and see what happens when we try to cook them. Hopefully they turned out. Nick Pro says, on Easter we do egg tapping, where we paint our eggs and then choose one egg and practically have a tournament for who can break the other person's egg without theirs being broken. I think that is an English tradition too, right? Painting eggs, I think, is more American. But in terms of that, when you said try to break the other person's egg, that sounds a lot more like conkers, which is where you collect horse chestnuts, attach them to a string, and then you sort of use it as like a battering ram to hit another conker on a string, and then whoever's breaks is the loser, which sounds very similar to that. So yeah, kind of is Nick Bro. And then Max Ravage says, usually our family plus relatives have dinner on Easters. This year's Easter falls on my brother's birthday, so we are also going to be celebrating it after Easter with him as well, with dinner. So yeah, happy birthday to Max's brother. Congratulations, even though that was a few days ago. Okay, and now we're going to get on to this week's question, which is about the TV show I've been watching. I've loved it. I've watched like 5 episodes already, and it's only been 8 hours, and I've already watched 5. Which is quite fun. It's a Netflix original. It's called Medici Masters of Florence. Now, this TV show is everything about that I like. It's got a little bit of Game of Thrones elements, I suppose, with the politics, which obviously I liked about Game of Thrones. It's got a little bit of the Borgias with the setting and stuff like that, which I loved. It's just beautiful. It's even got an actor from Game of Thrones, to be fair. But yeah, this is everything. It's history. It's in Florence. It's in Florence is in Italy, I suppose. Sorry, and it's about the Renaissance period, which is my favourite period of history. I think I've come to that realisation. So yeah, absolutely loving this show. If you've seen it, let me know, because that is what this week's question is. And I love it. It's so good. I can't wait to get back from college and watch the rest of it. I'm probably going to finish it today, because that's the mood I'm in. Right then, so now we're going to go on to this week's comment. This week's comment was going to go to a few people, as in 2. One was going to be somebody who said about... it was a pun, which I can't remember what pun it was. But yeah, basically this week's comment goes to Horia, who said Tom o' War, which is like a man of war, which is like a ship of the line during the golden age of ship travel. And I'm assuming he means this in reference to my ride pod, which is like a ship that I'm riding. So, Tom of War. I'm loving it so much that I might even use it in the Let's Play, which is why you get this week's comment. Right then, now we go on to goals. So last week's goal was to get half of Q2 documents done. Sadly, that has not happened because of some of the reasons I said about with the college work. But now... the college work is practically done, so there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting this done this week, which is what I'm going to try and do. That is this week's goal, to get Q2, or at least half of it, because the podcast is going to be out in a few days. So before Monday, I want to try and get 2 documents done, two documents done for planning on videos, and then hopefully get the rest of them done by the podcast that comes out on the first one of June, no, May, first one of May. That's when I should get all these documents planned. But we'll see how that goes. Now we're going to go on to the outro. So last week's What Film that was delicious. I'll have another. It is from Thor, and one person did get that correct. I believe his name was Evan Ryan. Yes, I believe you got it right. Congratulations. Right, now we can go on to finishing the cup of tea. It's still very hot, and I haven't actually drunk any of it. I'm going to have to go to college now as well, so... It strains that. I'm going to have to leave it, which I can't do. I'll take it with me. I'll just take it with me. Cool. So what else we got? We've got... that's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is it. Okay, then, well, let me know if you've seen that TV show, because I am flipping loving it, and I'm so glad it's been commissioned for season 2 as well, because it's like, oh, yes. I really hope they do get to do Lorenzo, which is... Because at the moment, it's about Cosimo Medici, and his grandson is the one that was in Assassin's Creed. He was Lorenzo the Magnificent. Cosimo was, I think, Cosimo the Elder. He sort of took over from his father, and then he passed over to his son, who I don't think he did very well, because he got the name of I forget what his name was. Piero the Gouty, which obviously gout is a disease, so I'm guessing he didn't do very well. But then his son was called Lorenzo the Magnificent. So hopefully they sort of bring him in some way in the future without... I know they do flashbacks and maybe flash forward, maybe, so we can see his son, see how he has to live up to his granddad's, Cosimo's reputation. That'd be quite fun to see. I hope they do that, because I really want to see more about Lorenzo de' Medici as well. Cool. That's about it, I think. Yeah, okay. So, until the next time we meet, I will say farewell, and now I'll leave you with... What film?
Like a little homeless lady.